Let's take a look at going beyond the ordinary ChatGPT prompts. The who, what, where, when, why, and how of writing great ChatGPT prompts. Using ChatGPT is very straightforward. When you log in, you are greeted by a blinking cursor, ready to answer your every question. The answers you get will be good, but they could be better with just a little enhanced prompting. The key to getting the most out of your ChatGPT experience is to ask the right questions in the right way. When crafting prompts, we must understand the basic principles of who, what, where, when, why, and how to maximize the awesome power of ChatGPT. Who? You can inspire ChatGPT to take on a persona by telling it who you would like to answer your prompt. When you are writing your prompt, think, if I could ask an expert this question, who would I ask? For most expert prompts, you can type something like this. You are an expert in, enter a field, with over, enter a number of years of experience. You don't always have to enter the years of experience. What is most important is to tell ChatGPT its persona. You can also use this type of prompt to have ChatGPT help you gain insight from well-documented individuals, theories, or beliefs. For example, you are a professor of economics with over 20 years of experience. How might Adam Smith, the economist, view AI's influence on the economy? Or you are an existential professor with over 10 years of experience. What existential issues do generative AI present? Let's look a little deeper into this. Here's the same prompt, but answered with different personas. You are a philosopher. Write 100 words on the advent of generative AI. You are a developer. Write 100 words on the advent of generative AI. Both of these prompts yield a valid answer, but from very different perspectives. The philosopher persona raises questions about creativity and intelligence, noting that AI blurs the line between creator and creation, human and machine. We must grapple with what these shifting boundaries mean for our understanding of self and for our collective future. The developer persona gives much different answer, discussing technical jargon such as neural networks and algorithms. Let me provide you with one more example that's very visual. If you only provided a bunch of fruit to a person, what would they do with it? Well, a chef might make a fruit salad, while an artist might paint a still life. What? This is the crux of what you want ChatGPT to do for you. There are many things ChatGPT can do. It can write new content, rewrite existing content, continuing writing something you already started, make an outline, synthesize and summarize information, generate code, provide a counterargument, and brainstorm. The possibilities are vast, but to make the most of ChatGPT, it is essential to understand how to harness its capabilities effectively through great prompting. Where and when? Where and when are not frequently used in prompts. If you create something for a particular location, you could tell ChatGPT where it will be used. For example, let's say you want to promote your new product with some good copy. The copy you use may be different depending on where you are planning on using it. For example, a social media post is very different than trade show literature. Let's look at an example. If we tell ChatGPT who you are, that you are an expert copywriter with over 10 years of experience, what we want ChatGPT to do: write 2 versions of copy for our company's new outdoor house paint that lasts 30% longer than other paints. Tailor the versions based on their intended audience. The first version is for social media and should be under 280 characters, and the second version will be used in a trade show. Look at the very different outputs we receive. Here is another example. ChatGPT can translate text. I asked it to translate the text it just generated for us into Spanish, German, and Chinese. Of course, always make sure to proofread anything ChatGPT generates. And if you are not familiar with the language that ChatGPT translates something for you, make sure to have an expert in that language proofread it for grammar, syntax, and cultural appropriateness. Why? Providing a why statement may be more beneficial for you than ChatGPT. You should ask at least of yourself why you're asking ChatGPT to do this. And is ChatGPT the best solution for the task? How? When you prompt ChatGPT, you can tell it how you want the output. For example, perhaps you want ChatGPT to help rewrite a paragraph that you have already written about a subject. Many people don't realize that ChatGPT can output in the format of a table. For example, you are a botanist with over 20 years of experience. Rewrite this paragraph, copy and paste your existing paragraph. For the output, create 2 columns that show the original paragraph and the new paragraph side by side. This way, you can look at your original content and how ChatGPT rewrote it. ChatGPT can output in many formats, so you might want to prompt it for what type of output you are looking for it to generate. For example, SVG graphics are a way to have scalable images on websites. They are created by writing code, allowing them to have a dynamic effect, animations, and interactivity. You can ask ChatGPT to write the code to create a cube, for example. Tell ChatGPT that it is a programmer and a graphic designer. Then tell it to write the HTML code that will create an SVG image for your website. Bonus. For whom? You're not always writing for yourself. Sometimes you're writing for a particular audience or segment. As we saw in the example about house painting, we communicate differently based on the audience. So you should keep that in mind when you're asking ChatGPT to help author content. Let's look at this very detailed example. Who do we want ChatGPT to be? We want ChatGPT to be a chief communications officer with over 20 years of experience. What do we want them to do? Our company is expanding by launching a new second headquarters in London. Write 2 communications about this. The first one is for investors, and the second one is for employees. When? Well, we're going to have this communication come out on July 1st. Where? The communications for investors will be released as a press release, and the communication for employees will be an internal email. Why? Again, we don't have to include a why for ChatGPT. Here it does make sense, but it also helps us understand why we're using ChatGPT. We want to inspire investors about the growth of our company, and we want our employees to understand that there will be new opportunities for them. How? The communication for our investors is not to exceed 500 words. The communication for our employees should not exceed 300 words. Output both communications side by side. Here is our output. Let's zoom in on one section and compare the tone and voice for our investors versus our employees. In response to the growing demand for our innovative products and services, we have chosen London as the ideal location for our expansion due to its thriving business ecosystems, top-notch talent pool, and strong connectivity to key markets in Europe and beyond. And for our employees, we are excited to share some fantastic news with you. Our company is expanding by launching a new second headquarters in London, which will be operationally starting on July 1st. So to summarize, when creating great prompts for ChatGPT, here are a few elements you need to think about. Who is best at answering this question for you? And what type of ChatGPT persona should it emulate? What do you want ChatGPT to do to help you with? How do you want the output and what format do you want? And for whom are you creating this? Good luck with creating some amazing prompts for ChatGPT. If you have any questions, just drop them in the comments below. And thank you for watching this video. And remember to like and subscribe for more content like this.